today let's make soft pretzels. Now let's put the yeast in lukewarm water. All the measurements of our recipe will be down in the description. Now we will mix this thoroughly. Let's wait for 10 minutes. I know you all are wondering why it's so much. It's because I use 3 recipes of the ingredients that I put in the description. You all know how big we are. Okay, here's the salt. Now let's mix it in. Once it is thoroughly incorporated, we can now put in our yeast and start kneading. Let's make our baking soda solution. You guys might be wondering why we are making a baking soda solution for pretzels. We are making this for the even browning of the pretzels. Now this is all measured. Just remember to check the description for all the measurements. Now let's mix it up. Be sure to thoroughly mix it until it fully dilutes into the water. After 10 minutes, we can now add our instant yeast mixture. Now, let's start kneading, guys. Okay everyone, now that we have done all those steps, let's start kneading. If you ever feel that it's too wet, you can always add some more flour. But not too much. Now that we are halfway through making our dough, we decided to start kneading it on a big kneading board because there's more space to move around, you know. Oh my God. Now that we are halfway through kneading our dough, let's cut up some butter and let's start incorporating it. Be sure to soften your butter before incorporating it with the dough, because when it's cold and hard, it wouldn't be a good experience. Trust me. Now, clump by clump, let's start adding it into the dough. Remember, you can always use a stand mixer, but I decided to not use one because this is such a big batch for my family. I moved it again.
It's easier here.
You know. Everyone, so the indicator that the dough is done is when the dough is fully smooth and supple. Yes, it's almost there, everyone. Just a little bit more kneading and patience to go. We can finally form our perfect pretzels. Right now, I'm actually listening to music because it takes a lot of patience and hard work to knead this dough. It's very tough, but once you've put your mind to it, I know you can do it too at home. Alright, now that I've formed it into a ball, let's put it into the pan where I first started kneading it and let it rise for about 20 minutes. Let's put our plastic wrap and then we're ready to go. Here, our dough has already risen. Now we're ready to form it. Since we have 3 recipes, let's cut it up into 3 sections. Each section of this dough is about 8 proportions or 8 pretzels. If one is lacking, you can always borrow from the neighbor. Alright, before dividing, score it in the middle like this, and then make 4 equal parts. Once you've done that, you can then start cutting it. Like that. Got one. Cut one piece. Cut one piece. Then another. Make sure that your dough balls are as equal as possible so you can have pretty pretzels. Alright, now that we have our dough balls, we would just like to start rolling it out. Here. You'd want to shape your dough balls into the shape of this kind of tiny fat torpedo. Now you start from the sides until it elongates. Alright. Okay, so this is how you make a pretzel. So you go like this, one end over the other, then you twist it, and then you gently lay it down on the base. Now you have a nice formed pretzel. Here's another way of doing it, everyone. You can also make pretzel tidbits or pretzel bites, whatever you want to call them. Just follow the same directions, make a log shape out of the dough, and then cut them into roughly about 1-inch pieces. Please try making them as even as possible. These we will now put in our refrigerator. So normally if you put in the normal refrigerator, it will take about 1 hour. But if you have the luxury of having express freeze in your freezer, you can always do only 20 minutes. Alright, now we're ready to put in the freezer. Put on the express freeze. Alright everyone, here's the procedure. First we get our pretzels from the freezer, and then we put them in the baking soda and warm water bath. Then dry them on the towel. And lastly, we put them on our oiled pan. We also put in the bits. We would like to save as much space as possible. Now let's put on our toppings. For the toppings of our big pretzels, we will put in chia seeds and also sea salt. For the small pretzels, we will later top them with brown sugar and cinnamon. Now let's put our chia seeds. the amount of salt is depending on the person's taste, so you can always put as much as you like. Now we're ready to put them in the oven that we preheated at 220 degrees Celsius. Be careful with your hands, everybody. Now, let's wait for about 15 to 20 minutes. About 5 minutes, let's start brushing our melted butter. For the dip, and I have brown sugar, cinnamon, and muscovado mixed in for the toppings for the small pretzels. One last brush of our butter, and our pretzels are ready to go. Perfect golden brown pretzels. If only you guys can smell it. It smells amazing. I hope you all had fun in your kitchen making these pretzels with us. Our finished product.